yes, Bad.
Here.
Hey, you're not late at all.
I am not late. You are correct.
Just not.
BadBoyHalo is never late or early. They arrive exactly when they mean to.
Oh yes, 1 hour and 15 minutes late.
No, you don't understand. This is when I was going to show up. Like, this is literally, I was going to be here at this time. This was the time, the place, the opportunity, the future, the potato, whatever you want to call it.
The muffin?
Now, and the muffin. I am now here. Alright, so I've got good news, and I've got bad news. Okay, which do you want to hear first?
Let's go for the bad one first.
Okay. Here's the good news. Okay. Good news is I'm here! Woo! I'm only 49 minutes late, by the way. Not an hour and 15 minutes late. Okay. Bad news is Sapnap couldn't come. I think he died.
Okay.
I asked a handful of other memers, and a couple of them couldn't come. So, pretty much, at the moment, I'm still looking for our special guest. So, let me ask one. Hey.
So I'm gonna ask you something that might be a bad or a good news. It depends of your answer.
All right.
Do you want to put face cam or not?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just over at a house that didn't have air conditioning, painting it. I'm so sweaty. It's crazy.
Okay.
And then I drove home, and it's super hot out, and I'm just having a bad potato of a time.
You're making me feel bad now.
Huh?
You're making me feel bad now.
How am I making you feel bad?
Well, hey, yeah, we're gonna do the talk show, and then I call you. You were literally painting a house, and you're just not telling me.
Well, I was well, there were people there. I had to be careful what I said.
Oh. Okay.
What do you mean?
I guess.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
Hi. Anyway. What?
Yeah, sure. Hi.
I was surrounded by people. Okay, it was a group effort. There were people assisting me in painting the house. There was no AC, and so I was like, shush, shush, shush to everybody. And then I was on a call with you, and they were being quiet. And I had to be careful what I said because I was around people, so I was being courteous. Anyway, look, it's okay, not a big deal. Like, it's all good. I was painting the inside of the house, so you may have noticed it sounded a little bit echoey.
Yeah, it was a bit echoey, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was in this big ol' empty room. I was helping somebody, and anyway, so it was being painted. A lot of it got painted. I'm a pretty good painter, not gonna lie. I'm fast. I'm efficient. I'm good with a brush. I do a great job. Whoever had painted the house before was absolutely awful at painting, and they should be ashamed of themselves. They painted over the hinges. It's very difficult to do, like, a really bad paint job, but they succeeded. They succeeded. So, anyway, I was painting, having a grand old time. I feel bad.
And I ruined your amazing time.
No, you didn't ruin it. I'm always down to have a phone call from you, so no worries. And plus, I was trying to hurry up to try and get home so that I could do the talk show. So anyway, all right. So, I must confess, I stopped on the way home to get a cup of coffee at a gas station, so I apologize. So it took a teeny bit longer than normal for me to get home. And then I had to take my dog outside when I got home. Had to take her to the bathroom, so she went to the bathroom. Look, point is, let's not argue over who's late. I won't get upset with you when you're late to the show. You don't get upset with me. Perfect. Let's nip this in the bud. There we go. All right, I think I have somebody who might be down to debate.
All right, I'm just gonna I'm just telling you, and we are live on YouTube, but we are not live on the website. So
we are not live.
We are live on YouTube, but not on the Only Hit website.
Ooh.
Because since it's a music radio, I wasn't feeling like.
I have our
feeling
I
the thing. Yeah.
I have our guest. I'm trying to see if they'll wake up so that they can participate in the debate.
Wait, isn't it the Dream Team as one's guy?
Huh?
That's a long story.
Anyway, look, it's just this little fatty. We need to give you a nickname. Person who joined. What nickname do you want?
What is this?
Hey, Callan said you were interested in doing the debate show.
No, Callahan was lying.
Get out of here then.
Oh my god.
Anyway, language.
The people in the chat recognize this guy.
Alright, so
we were saying he was the Dream Team as once because he sounded like Dream, Sapnap at the same time.
Oh my goodness, you're right, doesn't he? Wow. If he was British, he'd sound like George, too. That's kind of crazy. What an interesting observation. Well, so I was just tricked by Callahan. Alright, we need a new person. Ooh, let's try this person. Hello.
Whoa. 1 second, Bad. I am live right now.
Oh, you're live? Oh, perfect. Are you interested in participating in the debate show?
Am I interested in participating in the debate show? When?
Right now.
Right now? Sure.
Yeah. Really?
What is it about?
All right. Well, that's the thing. Have you ever seen the debate show?
I have watched your debate show before, yes.
Perfect. Hey, A60, I see you laughing. No laughing.
You want to stop streaming, though? I was just doing some speed running.
No. I mean, you can keep... You know what? Keep speed running while we debate.
Keep speed running? I'm going to be debate... How am I supposed to do that, Bad?
Very carefully. It'll give me an advantage. All right. So you've seen the debate show, right?
Yeah.
All right. So are you totally down with getting destroyed?
Definitely.
You're gonna get destroyed.
I mean, I'm down because I will admit your skills in publicly destroying people in debates is pretty good from what I've watched.
Thank you. So what do you... Is there a particular topic you'd like to debate? Silly topics are the best. I'll give you the option of selecting a topic if you have any ideas.
Probably nothing too political, because...
We tend to stay away from super controversial topics. Unless it's K-pop. We've debated K-pop a little bit.
I don't know much about K-pop. So definitely not K-pop, Bad. I'm gonna let you choose, Bad, because I feel like you're choosing a better topic than I will.
The whole chat is just wondering who this is.
So I will introduce this muffin to you guys. While I'm introducing him, can you guys throw some ideas in the chat? This is Urso family. Believe it or not, I have known Urso for a long time. He has actually been in a handful of videos, I think, haven't you?
A lot of old videos, yeah.
Old videos. So this little fatty is speedrunning, and he's having a grand old time. But he's willing to put his muffins up and try and debate. Ooh, should Facebook be banned? That would be an interesting debate.
Should Facebook be banned?
You know what? I got a great idea. Let's extend the debate. Not just should Facebook be banned. What are the largest social media platforms? Okay, we got Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter,
TikTok. Hold on. I was gonna ask if you wanted to be a debate show guest, but I think I found someone. So TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat.
I'm just probably gonna start the intro in like maybe 38 seconds and go live as well on the radio because
Ooh,
maybe there's some people on the radio as well.
Is YouTube really a social network? I don't think it is. It doesn't really count. It's more like a platform for videos.
I'd count it personally.
We'll be right back, YouTube. Just starting the intro.
The weirdest talk show where we talk about. What do we talk about again? Oh yeah, we choose a subject, but we don't choose the position we're gonna debate. The weirdest talk show. Almost every Thursday, but most of the time on other days at 5 p.m. EST on Only Hit.
Alright, here we go. This time we are on the radio and on everything at the same time.
We're on everything at the same time?
Yes! We are on the website, on YouTube, on everywhere.
Aw, yay. Alright, I'm gonna drag some guests in here, but they're gonna be quiet. You just wanna listen. Alright.
Alright.
Hey everybody, welcome to the weirdest debates / talk / weirdest talk show ever. I have my special guest, Urso family. Urso,
Hello.
you want to say hi to everybody?
What's up, guys? I am Urso, a longtime Minecraft player and new back to getting into it, and I'm here to get destroyed by Bad today, hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully?
Hopefully not.
All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to debate. We're going to pick a funny little topic, whatever. How the show usually works is we pick a silly topic, we randomly decide who is on what side, and then we debate it, and then you guys at the end will vote, etc., on who won, basically who defended their argument the best. Okay? And then you'll vote, and then we'll decide who the winner is, etc. Okay?
Okay.
Yep.
So that's pretty much it. Are you guys ready? Remember, anything said during the debate show is not anybody's actual opinion. By the way, keep that in mind. It doesn't necessarily mean they actually believe that. It's just they randomly decide who has to defend it, and anything they say is for the show. Just keep that in mind. All right. So, we're trying to think of some things to debate. You know what? I just read something in the comment section. Somebody just said Marvel versus DC. But I have a topic that I've always wanted to do that just reminded me of. Is Superman a good hero?
Ooh.
And let's paraphrase that. Is Superman a good comic book hero?
Okay.
What do you think?
Honestly, I think it is. I like Superman, and I always liked him a lot. I never
You're
really.
not supposed to give your actual opinion, Urso.
Well,
That's not how this works.
well, let me restart then, Bad. I'm gonna say that Superman is a good comic, and I'm gonna say this because I think the story.
Oh my gosh, we randomly decided who takes what position, Urso.
What?
What
What's
do you
wrong,
mean,
Bad?
what?
Urso,
How about?
do you know how this works? Just, you know that
Hey,
you pick like heads or tails for the position, right?
It's
Like you
fine.
don't
Okay.
necessarily like you don't really.
I did not know this.
defend your actual position. It's just like a random one, like
Okay.
heads or tails.
That's literally fine.
Okay,
You know
my
what?
bad, my
Here,
bad.
here,
Don't
how
worry,
about
don't
this? How about this? Do you want to do a debate show where you defend Superman and I opposed him?
I don't really care.
Would
I'd
you
be-
be interested?
I would
What-
be interested.
What about you guys in the audience? Would you be down with that, or would you rather have us do the what was the other topic? Should we ban all social media? Ooh, should social media be 18 plus?
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, you know what? Why not just social media? Why not should the internet, the World Wide Web, be 18 plus, and every other part of the internet would be as soon as you turn, basically, before you turn 18, you only get access to like a super kid-friendly internet. As soon as you turn 18, then you get access to the World Wide Web of like Twitter. So everything would just be isolated. I don't know. All right, guys in the chat, tell me, do you guys want us to do, and that's a little bit too specific. Let's do this. Do you guys want us to do a ban social media, or is Superman a good hero? Give us that topic. Which one do you want to see?
Sure,
the
mostly
internet
the 18 plus, yeah. I see a lot of people being social media or 18 plus.
Type social media, Superman, or internet. Okay, I don't see a lot of people typing Superman, so let's just throw that one out. Social media or internet? Everybody think. Internet age gate. An age gate firewall for the internet or social media. Everybody pick. Vote in the chat. Do we have a way of tracking votes?
No, that's the thing with YouTube.
Yay! Alright, well.
Yay! Woo!
I'll do social. Wow.
But I see a lot of internet. Oh, okay.
I don't know. I did a rudimentary count, and it's a lot more people want social media. Okay. Social media, it is. I think that's the one. Wait. No, it might have changed.
I don't know. I see a lot of
It's close.
internet.
It's close. I think it's interesting. Let me open up I'm gonna do one more search. Hold your muffins, everyone.
No.
Internet. Let's count. 37. Social media. 51. All right.
How are you doing your poll?
Social media. I'm just counting up the amount of times people said social media versus.
Oh, did you do
internet
like
in the
Control
chat.
F or something?
Yeah, something like that. All right. Most of y'all want social media. Let's do that one. Here we go. All right. The topic is, should we ban? Should we do a straight ban versus
Straight ban?
like age gate? Like, do we really want to ban social media altogether? I guess I guess that's the debate. Do you guys, let's ask, do you guys want us to do a ban social media or age gate social media? Type ban or age gate.
Wait, can I make a poll? I'm trying to make
I
it.
don't know. Make a
I'm
poll.
checking. Yeah, I'm checking if I can. That's the thing. Okay, wait. This is gonna be ugly.
Oh, they're typing. And alright, interesting. I've got some results. Ban has 24. AgeGate has 56. They want an AgeGate social media. Alright.
Okay.
We've got our topic, A60, I think. Are you ready?
Okay.
The topic is social media is locked. All social media is locked off from any interaction. So we'll make it that very clear. You can post or you can go and view it, but you cannot interact with it until you turn 18. We'll say that, okay? So basically, all social media totally locked off as far as any. Should we lock it off completely? Like, say you can't even access it? What do you guys think?
I don't know. I think like it's better to wait. You know what? We're gonna test the poll feature. Poll.
You want to test the poll feature?
Lock or just view. Okay, so does it work? Start poll. Okay,
I'm
try
seeing a lot
to
of people-
vote on the poll. I don't know
I'm
if it
seeing a
works.
lot of
It's exclamation mark vote lock or exclamation mark vote view. If it works, I do hope it does.
Okay, so exclamation point lock or exclamation point view in the chat. to
Yeah.
vote.
Oh, it seems to work. It seems to work.
We got one vote. We got one.
26.
Not sure what I'm doing, Yapity.
What? What, Urso?
Yapity asked what I was doing on stream, and I was just panicking in the speed build or the speed run because I forgot what I was doing.
Build faster, you little muffin head. All right, I think
It seems to be
lock.
lock.
Lock. All right, so social media is banned from everybody until they turn 18. You cannot even access it. You cannot even look at it. And we'll be very specific. Let's just pick the 3 social media giants, okay? Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Okay? That sound good, or should we add in any more?
Should be fine.
Twitter and Facebook. That sounds good to me.
All right, we'll do Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You're totally cannot access those till you turn 18. All right, let's do it. We have our topic. Okay, guys, remember from this point on, anything we say is not necessarily our actual opinion. We're going to randomly decide who is in favor of which position. Okay? Are you ready, Urso?
I am ready.
All right, Urso, heads, you are in favor of of blocking all social media until people turn 18. They can't access it. Tails, I am in favor of it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Hey Siri, flip a coin.
Just a moment.
Just a moment.
Did
All right,
your
I'm not
heads
sure
or
what
tails
that
fail?
means. Huh?
Did your heads or tails fail?
Siri is acting weird. Siri, stop it.
She doesn't want to flip a coin.
Hey Siri, flip a coin. This isn't that hard.
Heads or
Siri.
tails?
Oh my gosh.
It's tails.
There you go. That's tails.
All right, so I'm in favor of banning social media till people turn 18. Okay, so Urso, you are taking a different. You're gonna take the opposite stance of not only are you not in favor of banning social media, you're very pro social media. Okay, so you actually think social media is great for everybody and it should be promoted to people. Okay. So we're doing, as usual, the kind of flip reverse. So that's how we're going to do it. Here we go, guys. Remember, anything we say from this point on is not necessarily our actual position. My position that I'm going to be defending, that I was assigned, is I am defending banning social media until people turn 18, then they can access it. And we're just picking the age 18. Basically, when you become an adult, a legal adult, you can access it. Okay? Urso is taking the counter position of, no, we shouldn't ban social media or lock social media away from people till they turn 18. And in fact, social media is a great thing and we should be promoting people to use it more.
Yes.
And A60 is taking the position that he has a cat. All right. Here we go. Are you ready? Let's do this. Opening arguments. Urso, do you want to start?
You know what? I'm gonna let you start, Bad. Since
All
I'm a newbie to the show. We'll hear you go first.
How it works is I do my opening arguments for about a minute, then we go into the back and forth debate. Here we go. Aw, kitty cat. All right, here we go. And oh my goodness, A60. I can't debate like this.
Yeah.
Aw, cat. It's a kitty cat, and it dance, and they dance. Cat. A kitty cat. And they dance, and they dance. Anyway, here we go.
I won.
You won. All right, A60 wins.
Anyway.
All right, so here we go. Here we go, guys. All right.
Let's hear it, Bad. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'll start. All right, opening arguments. Social media is evil, and it poisons the minds of the youth. Okay? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You go on there, what do you see? Conspiracy theories. Literally conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory. And when you're not seeing misinformation being shared by your grandparents or whoever, you know what you're seeing? You're seeing content that is not suitable for children, okay? Violent content, okay? Why should we be promoting these platforms to people whose minds have not fully developed? If anything, nah, forget about that. We need to lock social media behind all. We need to lock it behind an age gate. Basically, as soon as you become a legal adult, you can go on the social media. Okay, but until then, we shouldn't be exposing the youth to these crazy ideas that the World Wide Web has to offer. It's just not safe. Let's keep them on their Neopets and the YouTubes, consuming content so that they can go out and be good little consumers when they get older. Okay, so obviously that was a joke for him and I didn't get the reference. But the point is, obviously, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the platforms have been overrun with violent content that is not suitable for children, and I think we need to limit it off until people get old enough. That is my opinion.
Okay.
Boomer Boy Halo here. Let's get this going. All right, Urso, go ahead.
So to rebuke that, Bad, or to bring up my opening argument, I'm going to say that one reason for why it's a good idea for people under 18 to be on those type of social media platforms is because whenever they're on YouTube and such and not on these, they're just observing and, as you said, getting content. They're not learning how to interact, and they're not meeting new friends. They're not able to chat as well. Because once you get on, say YouTube and other platforms on like Twitter, Facebook, you can't really add friends and DM as well, or even have a good coherent conversation with someone privately. So like I feel like on YouTube and those other apps, it's just not as easy. And I feel like as developing, not even me, but as anyone who's developing and has a developing brain, having that interactions and being on Twitter and on those other type of platforms where you can talk to more people, be a little bit more yourself, and it's not just about observing content and looking at content. You can also express yourself and learn what type of person you are and so on through the internet. So I'm going to keep that as my opening statement. And I'm not sure what else to say besides that currently.
All right, Bad.
Okay, thank you, Urso. All right, guys. Urso just gave his 2 cents, his opinion. I'm going to drag one more memer in here.
You get what I was saying there, Bad?
I heard what you were saying. I disagree with that. But that's the point. That is your opening arguments. We're going to get into it here. Remember, you need to defend your position to the death.
I got
back
you.
Down.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll get more fierce for you.
Remember, there's no compromise during the debate show. Compromise after. During the debate show, it's cutthroat. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. I cannot find the person I was looking for. Where are they?
Do I have any phone of friends, by the way, in this debate?
I'm gonna say no.
No. I was gonna phone my cat.
Anyway, alright, let's get in. Here we go. This is the back and forth portion of the debate. Are you ready? So, Urso, I got a question for you,
What's
Mr.
up?
Defender of Social Media. Okay? Hold on, wait. They said that I do not see that. Oh, I see them. They're there. Okay. Alright, Urso, I got a question for you, you defender of social media. Okay? Why are you... Or wait, no, not why. Okay, I got a question for you. Do you think that social media has any negatives?
I do think that there are some negatives, but I think the negatives are definitely outweighed by the positives that younger minds get from social media.
Oh, really? You talk about younger minds. What about all of the mental strain, the depression, the anxiety, the constant fear, and people trying to get those likes up? Do you know a lot of countries are actually trying to figure out ways to limit social media time for people, because what has happened on a lot of these platforms is people get sort of an addiction to wanting to see the numbers go up, and it creates a lot of anxiety. When people make a post, they want to see the likes flow in, and if they don't see that, they don't feel validated. And there's a lot of depression and anxiety that's being tied into social media. And a lot of the social media platforms, ironically, are recognizing this, and they're experimenting with different ways to combat this, okay? So if this is already a problem, is this really something that we want to be perpetuating on vulnerable minds that are still developing, people who still haven't fully realized who they are as a person, are seeing this content thrown at them, and they want to constantly feel validated, so they throw stuff out there, and then when they don't get the response they want, it makes them feel depressed. Do we really want to put people who are already in a vulnerable situation in a more vulnerable situation by allowing them to continue to be on social media? I don't think we should. Well, I think what we've seen is social media has caused a lot of depression for people. And I think we need to start really thinking about serious steps on how we can combat that. And so limiting it to people whose minds are more developed and who can take that criticism a little bit better, I think will be better for us overall. What do you think?
I kind of disagree with that. I think that if we limit them, and you're looking at this from this aspect of people on the internet, young minds on the internet are going to get like wanting likes. Only goal of the social media is to get likes, to get people to like you. I disagree with that. Whenever I use the social media as a child, I made a lot of friends, a lot of lifetime friends that I still talk to this day that helped me grow as a person, find out what I was good and bad at. And while, yes, there might have been some things that made me depressed or scarred or sad on the internet, I feel like they were always outweighed by the good that social media could have for me. Because whenever I was younger, sometimes I can see what you're saying, but I definitely straight up think that social media has way more benefits positively for young minds, especially because it can get them relationships, more friends, especially in this time of like day and age where the internet is such a big part of our daily lives and everything we do. I feel like it's important that they're able to use pretty much any platform that they can, but I just think it would be, even from my personal experiences, it just helped me as a person. And these negatives you talk about, I really never experienced them too much, and I just think that if you can know what type of experience you're trying to get out of the internet, that you can usually get a pretty good positive one, and there are ways to filter out these so-called depressions that you have. And I know that it's not foolproof, but I think that maybe the platforms themselves could do some work on that as well.
Okay. You say so-called depressions. What do you mean by that?
Well, sometimes I feel like people might think that the internet's making them sad, but it's really maybe your friends or your personal life experiences. While it's good sometimes to face those head on, I feel like using the internet can also help in many ways, because I feel like you can feel more comfortable talking to someone online about something like deep and personal, whereas if you want to talk to it about like a close friend that you've been with, like friends with forever, it's a little bit more embarrassing.
Okay, so let me ask you something. So you talked about you met friends on social media, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what social media platforms did you meet them on?
I've met some friends on Facebook that I would play Call of Duty with a lot. I still have them added on Facebook. I still talk to them. It's actually how I started getting into like YouTubing and stuff. Was meeting him.
Would say that I'm a friend, right?
Definitely, you were one of the first.
Where did we meet?
We met on YouTube, but we technically met on Minecraft.
Yeah, we met on a Minecraft server. Yeah. So here's a question for you: do you think that a Minecraft server is not a social media platform?
Yeah.
You don't need a social media platform to meet people online and create good connections and find good friends with. There are other ways to do it. And one of the things you brought up is you brought up people. You said that people, a lot of the depressions they say they have online are really from real life stuff. Yeah. And while I think that's debatable, I think even if you assume that that's the case, do you really want people who are struggling with real life stuff going onto the internet to social media platforms that are really large platforms, okay, and being exposed to stuff that could aggravate that depression when they're in a vulnerable time of their life, when they're not an adult yet? Because when they're an adult, they have a lot more capacity to reason and understanding and things like that. But when they're still growing up, it's a lot harder for them to separate the online stuff from the real world. So what happens when you take people who are struggling in the real world, throw them online, you throw all that online pressure at them, and now they're going to be crushed under that weight? I think, why put people in a crushing situation on both places? So the point I'm basically addressing from you is, you say people are dealing with stuff in the real world. Why do you want to add online stuff on top of that? Like, I feel like, if anything, if people are struggling in the real world, let's address that before we start saying, hey, we're going to put you in this equally pressurizing area called social media. Have fun with that. Like, I feel like that's causing a lot of struggle for a lot of people. And I'll make another point here really quick. Actually, okay. I'll go ahead and let you go before I make my next point. Go ahead and, what do you think about what I just said?
Can you repeat the question again exactly? I was starting to get ready to hear what you were about to say next. You were just asking...
The point I'm saying is, do you think it's fair to take people who are struggling with real life stuff and chuck them into a place online where they're going to experience an equal or greater amount of pressure from online places before their brain is fully developed enough to deal with that?
Yes, I think that these online places are actually somewhere that can help their brain develop, and honestly develop better, in my opinion. Because as I said earlier, it helped me a lot and to find out what person I wanted to be and my personality. But I also think it can just help you find what you like, your clique. Even if it's just online, you can help you get away from these problems in the real life. And while yes, you said there are problems online as well, I think that these problems are much more easily manageable. Because while yes, they have a lot of mental anguish and a lot of emotional troubles, I think that there's not as much of that fear that there is in real life.
Hold on. I gotta stop you right there.
Okay.
Fear?
Yes.
Dude, people are getting targeted for things they said when they were like 12, 8 years ago on the internet. You're telling me they're not fearing? No, if anything, this was the next point I was gonna go into. Do we really want to put kids on the internet in a social media platform where they will be targeted unfairly by adults for things that they said years ago? When I was a kid, I was really stupid. I said a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah.
In today's day and age, where people will hold everything you say against you in perpetuity, do we really want to do that? Do we really want to put people who are going to say really dumb things on a platform that will store it forever? Do we want to do that? I say, forget about that. Let's wait until people are old enough to make those decisions before we let them destroy their future.
Well, how are they destroying their future, though?
What do you mean? When your employer goes, what's your Twitter, what's your Facebook, what's your Instagram? I gotta look up and make sure you didn't say anything offensive when you were 11.
Yeah. But that's the same thing in real life. You gotta like make sure you're nice to like the old lady down the street, or else like, you know, you're gonna have that rep on like the bad kid on the block, and like no one's gonna want to like babysit you or take care of you or do anything for you to help you out like other children.
Yeah, and that's different, because when you're little and you say something stupid to your parents or you talk back to a teacher, it isn't available for everybody else to haunt you with forever. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That is a very definite danger of social media, is for better or worse, whether this is good or bad, people will take things that you say, and regardless of whether you have changed as a person from what you said, regardless of whether you believe what you said anymore, regardless of whether you just said something for attention or whatever the reasons where no one's going to care, they will hold it against you. My point is, I think the age gate is great, because we can say, hey, if you're under 18, you don't get to use social media, and we're protecting you essentially from yourself, because there will be people who will see that stupid thing that you said and they will hold it against you, and you won't be able to go to college, you won't be able to get a job, you won't be able to do X, Y, or Z, and we are seeing examples of this happening daily.
Okay. Well, bad. So you're seeing examples of this happening daily, but why do you think it's so bad that these children are experiencing this? Aren't they going to experience this stuff when they're an adult anyway? You know,
I'm saying that's exactly the point. We are to protect the younger generations. But we don't let the younger generations go out and play with the lions and the bears because we recognize they can't handle that. Why are we putting them and giving them access to a platform that they're not mature enough to handle, and that they're gonna say stupid things without recognizing the consequences? You wouldn't give somebody who had no experience on how to handle a gun. So why would you give somebody...
Well, how are they supposed to get experience then?
Exactly the point. We're just chucking these kids out onto the internet and saying, hey, go ahead, have fun. Don't worry. You're probably going to say something really stupid because you're a kid. And don't worry, it's only going to haunt you for forever. So have fun with that. Like, you see the problem here. And
I don't know.
I've seen a couple examples of this happening already. Okay? Where some kid will say something and people call up the college they're trying to go to, or they call up their teachers and get them expelled from like school. Okay? Literally, we are seeing examples of this happening in the real world. Kids and people under the age of 18 and kids say stupid stuff.
Yes.
Okay? They do. And the point is, if you're going to give them access to social media platforms, they're going to be treated like adults, okay? And that is the problem. A lot of these kids do not realize that the stuff they're saying online could, and in some cases will, haunt them for the rest of their life. Should we be basically giving them that weapon to do damage to themselves with? You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I think that it, like I've said before, I really strongly believe that this, while yes, you say they have to get used to it and they have to do this eventually, isn't it just kind of like just like giving them like a participation trophy in life? If they're just like, hey, you can't experience this till you're 18. You're gonna have to just wait till you get to the big boy stuff of the internet. You know, there's no coming to it early, no trying to be mature early. I don't know. I feel like as a young mind and having these like experiences online, I feel like it just has to help them grow and be more mature. Seeing this stuff younger, it's just a different story. Whereas you're sheltered your whole life, and then the first time you experience, it's a lot to handle. And sometimes you might not know how to act, and sometimes you might not know what to do in a situation like that when you're older. Mm-hmm. So maybe getting this like early on experience might be useful, not only with just learning how to combat, but also how to react, so you're not just adding to the negativity that some adults bring, and just people in general just are very negative, not kind to others. It's just like you could learn a lot through your early, because it's whenever your brain is developing the most, it's whenever everything in life is just booming.
So you're saying that people need the experience in order to grow?
Yes, I definitely think that if you have this experience, it definitely can help you grow more so than others.
So I agree with you to the point that I think letting kids experience problems or the consequences of their actions is good, because it helps them grow and become better people. However, you know what the fundamental constraint of that is that their parents or other people are there to prevent the consequences of their actions. Okay. Prevent them from doing something so devastating that it destroys them. In other words, like, yeah, kids might go running too fast and they slip and skin their knee, right? And they learn from it. But you're not going to let a kid go, skydiving, down a mountain valley path or whatever, because the consequences are much more dangerous. I think what we've seen with social media, as it's become weaponized and it's become significantly more dangerous, is the consequences from those mistakes have gotten too high. Let me ask you this, Urso. Did your parents monitor all of your social media activity growing up?
No, they monitored none of it, and
Exactly.
I was given
Exactly
a phone
my
at
point.
a very, very early age in life, and look how I have turned out bad.
Yeah, you are the
Wonderful.
exception to the rule.
Wonderful.
Or maybe you grew up in a time when social media wasn't the type of place that it is today, where you could say stuff and people forgot about it, or they didn't hold it against you or whatever on the internet. The point is, it has changed, okay?
It definitely has changed.
And the fact that parents are not keeping an eye on their kids, and they just literally take a phone and check at their kid and say, have fun, just don't bother me, okay?
Yeah.
Is the reason why things have gotten so devastating, and the consequences, basically there is nobody standing there to keep the child from making a mistake that will totally destroy their future. And that is why I'm saying, if the parents aren't going to step up, somebody else has to. And I think the way we do that is by limiting social media to people who are 18 years or older. That way, if they're doing something, they're legally an adult, and their mind is hopefully developed enough that they can deal with the consequences of whatever happens. Okay, and that is the point.
Well, aren't their parents supposed to be in charge of them anyway? Like, why can't they just, monitor their Twitter? Like you said, things have changed. So
We know they're not going to.
but they could.
That's irrelevant, but they're not going to.
But what if they made it so, like, the developers of these apps made it so you could only have an account if you're, like, parents verified or you are a certain age? I'm not saying, like,
Did you ever need your parents' verification or your parents to help you set something up way back in the day?
No, never.
Never. Okay.
Never.
The point is, if your parents had been like, hey, mom, dad, I need your help to set up a Twitter account. Oh, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Done. Boom. That's it. That would be the interaction. Your parents would wander off and you'd be left to your own devices. So that is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay. I can see
think
your
parents
points there.
Need to be more responsible and manage their kids more appropriately. But guess what? They're not going to. And that's just the reality of the situation. And because the reality of the situation is like that, where parents are not going to be there to protect their kids from themselves, we need to keep kids off social media platforms. Social media platforms have gotten too dangerous for them. Okay? Like the Wild West out there.
I don't know. It's like the Wild West in the real life, though, too, Bad. You can't...
Really? Wild West? Really? It's the Wild West. If you go... No.
You've gone outside recently.
If a kid goes and does something stupid or says something stupid in the real world, you want to know where it becomes the most problematic? Do you?
Where?
It's when somebody drags it online. Until somebody does that, it literally is just a thing that gets resolved, or whatever the problem is gets addressed. But then someone drags it to the internet, and then you see it explode and become an absolute firestorm that ruins somebody's life. Okay? Is that really how we want? We really want to put kids online and have that happen to them. Okay? That's the point. Don't you think that's crazy?
I do think it's crazy, but I think that the craziness is what helps these kids, helps their mind understand how the world works, and that everything's not just one big piece of cake and you're just going to stroll through the world and accomplish everything you think. There's hardships in life, there's challenges in life, and I think social media as a whole can help build on to these challenging life decisions and goals, and anything you do in life. It's just it comes with people talking down on you, people telling you suck, people telling you can't do this, people telling you can't do that. And that's exactly how social media is. So maybe if these young minds would be on that, they would be able to see that, yeah, maybe
you go ahead, finish your thought.
So, like, if they saw this, they were like, okay, so I can learn from this. I can be better than this. I can build off this. People are always going to be like this in life. It's never going to change. I'm always going to have to deal with that kid in the back of the bus who's throwing spitballs at me because I suck or something. It's just like same thing on Twitter. Everyone has haters. Everyone has people that aren't, as close or as supportive as others. So maybe seeing the bad side, seeing all these negativity, bad language, all of that, and as a whole would just help build a positive, more adult, mature experience as you are maturing in your teenage years.
Let me ask you something, Urso.
What's up?
If somebody is struggling and dealing with being bullied in real life, do you really think they're going to want to sign up online and deal with the hate that you just pointed out? One of your reasons was that we should let them go onto social media so they can get an experience of that, so they can see what the world is like. That's not all cupcakes and rainbows. That was basically what you were saying.
Yes, but
and I'm saying people already have enough to deal with IRL, and you want to stick them, say, hey, enjoy, you know how your life sucks? Go and experience some more of that on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Does that not seem crazy to you?
It does seem crazy, but it's their choice if they want to use that platform.
They're not an adult.
But they could still make a coherent decision. They get
if a child wanted to eat candy and nothing but candy, a parent goes, well, it's their choice. No, the parents goes, no, I'm not going to let you eat candy because that's not good for you. Okay, and that is the point. We are not treating social media like how we should. We're not even treating the internet like we should. We are giving kids access to this place where they can be mobbed, and then we're like, when it happens, we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe a bunch of strangers dogpiled them. Like, really? You're let your kid go out there. How are we surprised that this is happening? That is why if parents aren't going to step up, we need to step up and keep kids offline. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm just taking this very seriously. I think it's crazy. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Okay. So, well, I see what you're saying, and I see it's valid. I still disagree with you in the fact that this platform and them being able to use these platforms that we as adults use is completely fine. It's not like you're just going to say, oh, you can't go, like, say you can go to a bar with your father if they're over 21, they bring you. It's not just like, oh, you can't go into a bar because you're not 18. You're not allowed to go here, so no coming in. There are restrictions. There are parental guidelines that can be used on these applications to ensure that all these stuff you're saying, all these, stuff on the internet that's much worse than real life can be taken care of. There can be words that can be muted. There can be this and that modified. The parents can do all this stuff, just like how if you're going to say you can't use social media as you're 18, then I guess you can't do a lot of stuff in real life unless you're legally of age. Like going into gas stations, going into wherever. Not just in gas. Yes.
Are you? I'm
done.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say besides that.
You talk about this stuff, and you're right. There are things that people can do in real life, but a lot of those things, the parent is there. The parent is there keeping an eye on it. Okay, social media. What we have seen time and time again is parents are not monitoring their kids' social medias. Okay, they're not keeping an eye on that stuff. They're not even keeping an eye on their kids in general, and they're just treating the internet like a babysitter. They're treating Twitter like a babysitter, and that is the problem. Okay, we just had in this country a problem with vaping, and they raised the legal age to buying vape products. It was 18 or 21. They raised the federal age because guess what? Were kids making smart decisions and going, you know what? I'm not going to smoke this vape thing or whatever. No, everybody was like, that's cool. And they were just going to town. And that's the point. Okay. Regardless of how anyone feels about vaping, I'm just using that as an example that people are going to do stuff. And parents were like, vaping? What? Whatever. I don't care. And they didn't care. They didn't step in. They didn't do anything. And you're seeing the same thing with social media. People are not keeping an eye on kids, protect kids from social media. I understand there are going to be kids who are under 18 who are responsible. Okay? And there's probably people who are over 18 who still wouldn't be responsible on social media. But the point is, you got to draw the line somewhere. Let's just draw it where people become a legal adult, and then we can say, okay, from this point, you're legally responsible for your actions, so we're fine with you being on social media. Okay? Because of how dangerous social media is getting, that's why I think that's a good line to draw it at. I think most websites, you don't need to worry about it. Don't need to be 18-year-olds old to go on a Minecraft server or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, you're not throwing stuff out there to literally millions of people to see. But on social media platform, you are. Social media platforms, you are.
Your issue is with the mass amount of people. So you and I both know that Minecraft most definitely can be worse than some social media platforms that we're discussing. So you
yes,
think,
but you're limiting it to a very small number of people. You're not talking about you post something, millions of people see it and harass you for it. You see what I'm saying? That's the risk. Because kids don't know any better. They're not because their minds haven't fully developed. They're not thinking, oh, I'm posting this is gonna follow me for the rest of my life, and I'm not gonna be able to go to this college, get a job, whatever. Okay, someone could literally say something today online that everybody is totally acceptable with. Fast forward 5 years, and society has changed, and now that person is being held accountable for that thing by 5 years from now standards. You see the problem? So the point is, why are we taking kids and basically giving them the tools of their own destruction? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? That seems problematic to me. And that's why I think having an age lock and say you cannot use social media till you're 18 is the way to go.
Well, they aren't even just restrictions or just hardships or bad things. That what I've been trying to say is they're good for the children. They're good for the young minds. They help you being able to go online and see some of the terrible things. Well, yeah, it sounds kind of messed up to be saying that like younger minds should be seeing this stuff. It's just, as I said before, that's how life is, and it's not going to change. And like you have said, the world has changed, and so has social media. So I think that maybe it's time we realize that it's okay for these younger minds to be seeing everything that we have to say on social media. Maybe there could be some restrictions on some words that if you're under 18, you can't see these words or type something like that. But that's completely different than just saying, hey, you straight up can't use this platform because you're not of age. I just feel like that's unfair. You live your 18 years of life inside a house only using certain platforms, and say you have some older friends and they're all on Twitter or whatever, and you can't use it because you're not 18 yet. It's just, I don't see how that's very helpful, even if it's protecting you.
Urso, I think you're treating social media almost like it's real life. Okay, it's not. Okay,
it is based.
Even if you do something, even if you do or say something totally stupid, IRL, you can usually resolve that, have conversation with people, and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Whatever. I didn't mean to key your car or whatever stupid thing you do." Right.
Yeah.
But the point is, okay, the difference is the consequences are in that small group of people, and they're usually resolved very quickly. If you have a spur of the moment stupid decision, okay? Point is, online, anything you say online is stored forever, okay?
Yes.
And it will follow you around forever, okay? We're not talking about a kid gets in an argument with another kid on the bus about something and they have a disagreement, okay? We're talking about two people getting an argument online, and I want you to think about it like this. Would you be fine if every single thing that people in the real world said, millions of people could listen in on those conversations? No, we wouldn't, because we would recognize the amount of harassment the average kid is going to receive from just stupid things they say is going to be extraordinary. Why are we putting that pressure on people whose brains haven't fully developed, who aren't legal adults? That's crazy. You feel me?
It's definitely crazy, but I think you might be looking at this in the wrong manner. While yes, they're not legal adults yet, wouldn't you say the mind of someone who's, say, like 15, 16 is pretty close to being mature, much more mature than you would say of that someone who's 12 or even 10, which we both know there are those ages on the internet and on Twitter and all these social medias we're talking about. Would you say that it's a little bit different for these people? It's sort of like part of life, as you could so say, to using these social media platforms created by us. It's just like you're missing out sort of on a whole sense of a culture.
Were you missing out on anything when you didn't have social media platforms? No. Look, there was a part of my life where I didn't have social media platforms. And guess what? You still are being exposed to things in real life. You have enough to deal with IRL, okay? And you're going to get exposed to the culture through other platforms, through television, through movies, through music, etc. Okay? The difference is you can get exposed to that stuff without also destroying your life. You can watch movies, watch TV, listen to music, and get exposed to the culture without potentially ruining your future. And that is the crux of my argument, okay? We're taking a vulnerable generation or a vulnerable group of people that minds have not fully developed, and we're putting them in a situation where where all of the benefits you keep talking about, they can get from real life, right? From interacting with people. So they have the access to other benefits, but we're also, by giving them access to social media, giving them access to so many risks. Okay. And that is why I'm saying, because what we've seen with parents not managing social media, because the social media platforms themselves aren't doing anything to curb this, again, social media addiction, depression, all of these things I brought up, I think we need to put a stop here. And we need to say, you cannot use these platforms unless you're 18. That's what I think. Okay. Go ahead, make your final address my points and make some points, and then we'll get into closing arguments. Okay. Okay. So another thing I wanted to bring up is, while being on social media can be negative, and you're trying to protect them and protect their future from making mistakes and so forth, I don't think that is valid enough to be as a whole reason to not use a whole platform. As parents and as the adults of the world, we should be instilling good values and good minds on these younger adults, younger children, younger minds. They shouldn't just be going willy-nilly, posting whatever they think, posting all this stuff that's going to ruin their career. We should be doing better as a civilization and as a cultural. I don't know, but as a whole, I feel like we should just be working better to help these younger minds be able to, instead of just having to rely on protection or not using this or not doing that, I feel like being more open and free with them can help them become more who they truly are, and in general, just a better human being, more well-rounded, all in all. And I'd agree with that. I just don't think we're doing a good job. I definitely do not think currently that we're doing a good job, and I think that everything could change. Okay, let's go ahead and do closing arguments. We have 1 minute. Do you want to go first or second? Whoever goes first gets a closing sentence afterwards. So do you want to do your closing arguments first or second? I'll go first. All right, go ahead. So, as Bad has been saying that we got to keep them protected and so on and so forth, I just think that this protection and scrutiny on keeping these younger minds huddled and protected and hidden, just so that their future is not blown, or just so that they don't experience more trauma, more depression, I think that is all just not valid. It seems much more logical that if we let these minds go out and grow, be what they truly need to be or what they want to be, not just saying you can't do this because you're not 18, but they can go play on the football team or do this, or even join the military right before they're 18 and do ROTC. They can do all these things, but they can't use the internet. They can drive. I just think that's just unfair, and I think that if we let them use the internet, let them use these more scrutinized, more vulgar platforms, that maybe it will help. While yes, it might harm some, it might help more to see how the world is and to see how they need to act to be a good person. And that is all I got to say for now. Thank you, Urso. All right. Thank you. But Urso has made a lot of good points. And I'm glad that he has addressed that there are problems with social media. Okay? However, one of the points that he's made is he thinks that by letting people whose minds aren't fully developed, who aren't mature enough, who don't realize the consequences of their action on social media, we're getting them exposed to a dose of the real world. Okay? And I think that is totally backwards, okay? I think that, again, the point that their minds are not fully developed, that they don't understand the consequences of their actions, is the very reason why we shouldn't be giving them access to a tool that is becoming more dangerous by the day due to the amount of people who are using it, the amount of targeted attacks people are doing against people who say stuff they disagree with online. I think the amount of harassment the youth feel in today's generation, just in the real world, okay, I'm talking about offline, should be a good hint as to the fact that adding on so much more additional harassment so that they can essentially be harassed from anyone, anywhere in the world is ludicrous. And I think anyone who sits there and thinks about it for a couple minutes can see that. They can see that, hey, this is a problem. The fact that people have not been sitting there and managing their kids' social media, they have not been keeping an eye on that at all, and that they have been giving them free reign to the internet, shows parents aren't going to do anything about it. It's time that we as a society step up and do something about it, just like we had to do something with vapes, okay, regardless of people's opinions about it. The point is, when we as a society see a problem, we step up and we address it. The amount of depression, social media addiction, mental problems that come from online social media is something that adults can handle, but we should not be giving free reign to that to our kids. And that, I think, everybody should agree with.
Okay, so I get one last sentence.
Closing sentence, yes.
One last thing I want to say is you can drive a car and join ROTC before you can use Twitter based off what Bad is saying. That does not seem okay, guys. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Urso. Okay, guys. That
was the last good sentence.
That was
Thank you.
A good last sentence.
Had to get that.
So since we managed to do a poll earlier, we're gonna do another poll, I guess, on the YouTube.
Yes! We are. Now, before you put the
That was
poll,
a really huge yes. Yes.
before you put the poll, I just want to say I think this has been a pretty good debate. Here we go, guys. Listen, this is what I want you guys to think about. Think about the entire debate, everything you saw, you heard, everything, etc. And this is what I want you guys to do. Okay, I want you guys. Remember, you're voting for who you think defended their arguments the best, okay? Don't just think about what side you agree with. I want you guys to think about who defended their argument the best. That is how you vote. So regardless of whether, remember, each of us was randomly assigned our position. Okay, we didn't pick our position. It was randomly assigned to us. We might not actually agree with our own positions. Okay, so you guys are going to vote for who you thought defended their argument the best, not just whose arguments you agree with. Okay, so everybody go to vote. How do they vote? A60.
Exclamation mark, vote, space, bad, Urso, or tie.
All right, exclamation point, vote, space, bad, or space, Urso, or space, tie. Gotta vote,
we can take a small song break if you want, don't worry, it won't be on your Twitch.
Let's take a song break.
Let's do it.
Dua Lipa, that's Hallucinate right now on Only Hitch.
Hey everybody, we're back. It looks like the results are in.
Yup.
Everybody, it looks like 766 of you voted, and the poll ended with 59% tie. Not sure what the others' numbers were, but it looks like
25% of votes for you, Bad, and 14 for Urso.
nice. So it looks like tie by a crazy margin. Oh my gosh. Won. So congrats, Urso, it's a tie.
Congrats, Bad.
Yeah.
I guess this means I'll be seeing you in the future.
Yes, we can come back for another debate. That was fun, I gotta say. So everybody who is tuning in or tuned in late, just keep in mind, everything we said during that debate show was not necessarily our actual opinion. Okay, we were both doing a good job defending our position we were assigned. We might not actually have believed anything we said, so keep that in mind. We were just defending it. And that's the point of the debate show, is to defend an argument that you may not necessarily hold. So I hope you guys thought that was interesting. I enjoyed that one. I mean, having heard and like come up with a lot of arguments, I would say that like I don't agree with my position like that I was defending, but I think I made some arguments that I was like, you know what? I wonder if like it made me kind of reconsider, right?
Yeah,
like if I had to actually like I don't really know what my position would actually be on something like this. I think, but it was interesting because it actually made me sort of think about social media and think about it. And I think you presented some really good arguments that made me think about some other parts of social media. And I was like, huh. So I thought this was a really fun debate. What did you guys think? This was one that there was a lot of thinking. Like I really felt like I was doing a lot more thinking than normal. Like last time we debated about ducks, which is pretty straightforward. But so this was interesting. And I could actually see this at some point becoming like a real like normally the issues we pick are things that like are ducks evil. You know, no one's ever going to actually debate this. This is something maybe is a little bit closer to it could actually be like an actual debate or something. But either way, I thought this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Urso, is there anything you want to promote?
Guys, go check out my Twitter and my Twitch. Thank you.
I'm sending your Twitch and YouTube chat. It's twitch.tv/Urso Family, URSO and family.
Social media. No, I'm kidding. I hope you're 18, Urso, promoting social media.
Yeah, guys, you don't have to be 18 to follow me, just so you know. Feel free.
Anyway, everybody, that was a fun debate. Obviously, we're just joking around, but go follow Urso Family on his social media platforms, Twitter and Twitch. Thank you everybody for coming. Check out my YouTube channel, BadBoyHalo, Twitter @SaintsGames. I love y'all, and I will see you guys next time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take us away.
You can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Deezer, Google Podcasts, iTunes, pretty much every single podcast platform. It will be available on the YouTube channel, on the hits. You can join us on the radio, on the hit.us. We're playing the best hits 24/7. And Cindy is coming up with, just 2 hours late. We wonder why.
Yay!